Ever wondered what the difference between SSD and HDD is? Well, you're in the right place. Today, we're delving into the world of computer storage, specifically focusing on the two main types, solid-state drives and hard disk drives. These two devices are the heart of your computer's storage system, each with its own unique characteristics and benefits. We're going to dissect the differences, analyze the advantages, and demystify the drawbacks. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which one is right for your needs. So, let's start with the HDD, or hard disk drive. This is your traditional storage device, and it's been around for quite some time. It's a bit like a record player, but instead of grooves and a needle, it uses tiny magnetic fields to store and retrieve data. The HDD is made up of mechanical parts, the most important of which are the platters and the read-write head. The platters are the shiny circular disks inside the HDD where your data is stored. They're coated with a magnetic material and spin at high speeds. We're talking about several thousand revolutions per minute. But how does the data get onto these spinning platters? That's where the read-write head comes in. This is a tiny arm that floats just above the surface of the platters. When you save a document, download a photo, or install a new program, the read-write head moves across the platters, changing the magnetic fields to represent the data you're storing. The same process happens in reverse when you open a file or run a program. The read-write head reads the magnetic fields and translates them back into the data your computer needs. This all happens in the blink of an eye, with the read-write head moving back and forth thousands of times per second. One of the key characteristics of an HDD is that it uses these moving parts to read and write data. This is what's known as a mechanical storage device. It's a bit like a car engine, with lots of parts working together to get the job done. It's a tried and tested technology, and it's what's made HDDs such a mainstay in computers for so long. HDDs have been around for decades, and they've proven to be reliable and cost-effective. But as we'll see in the next section, they're not the only game in town when it comes to data storage. So stay tuned for our discussion on SSDs, or solid-state drives. Now let's move on to the SSD, or solid-state drive. The SSD is a newer form of storage technology that has been making waves in the world of computing. Unlike the traditional HDD or hard disk drive, which uses a mechanical arm to read and write data, the SSD operates in a completely different way. Instead of storing data on a rotating disk, the SSD uses a type of flash memory to store data. This is the same kind of memory that's used in USB flash drives and memory cards. The major difference here is that an SSD uses much more advanced and faster flash memory. So how does an SSD work? Well, it's a bit like a giant USB stick. Data is stored on microchips. These microchips are non-volatile, meaning they don't need power to keep the data intact. This is a major advantage over the traditional HDDs, which need to spin up and use power to read and write data. One of the biggest advantages of an SSD is its speed. Since there are no moving parts, data can be read and written much faster. This makes your computer boot up faster, your files open quicker, and your applications run smoother. The lack of moving parts also makes SSDs more durable and less likely to fail due to physical damage. Another advantage of SSDs is their size. They're much smaller and lighter than HDDs, making them a great choice for laptops and other portable devices. However, it's not all sunshine and rainbows with SSDs. They do have some drawbacks. The main one is the cost. SSDs are significantly more expensive than HDDs. While prices have been coming down, they're still quite a bit higher than their HDD counterparts. SSDs are becoming more popular due to their speed and reliability, but they can be more expensive. So, whether you choose an SSD or an HDD depends largely on your needs and budget. But one thing's for sure, once you've experienced the speed of an SSD, it's hard to go back to an HDD. So, how do SSD and HDD compare in terms of performance, durability, and cost? Let's dive right into it. Starting with performance, specifically speed, solid-state drives or SSDs are undoubtedly the hare in this race, leaving hard disk drives or HDDs trailing behind like the tortoise. SSDs employ flash memory to deliver remarkably fast load times, meaning your operating system, applications, and files open almost instantly. On the other hand, HDDs use a mechanical arm with a read-write head that moves around to read information from the right location on a storage platter. This takes more time than an SSD. For those with a need for speed, whether it's for gaming, video editing, or just general impatience, SSDs are the way to go. Moving on to durability, here again SSDs take the lead. They're like the rugged, adventure-ready SUVs of the storage world. With no moving parts, they're less likely to suffer from mechanical failure, and they can withstand jolts and shakes that would send an HDD to the tech graveyard. This is particularly important for those who travel frequently with their laptops, or for those accident-prone individuals who've been known to knock their desktop tower over now and then. Let's talk about cost, shall we? Here's where HDDs strike back. While SSDs are the flashy sports cars of the storage world, they also come with a similar price tag. HDDs, on the other hand, are the reliable sedans, offering more storage space for less money. They've been around for longer, and the technology is more affordable. If you're on a budget, or if you need a lot of storage space for files and applications, an HDD could be your best bet. But what about the implications of these differences for different types of users? Well, if you're a gamer or a media professional working with large, high-definition files, the speed and reliability of an SSD might be worth the higher price. Likewise, if you're a frequent traveler or a bit clumsy, the durability of an SSD could save you from a data disaster. On the other hand, if you're a casual computer user who mainly uses your machine for browsing the web, watching videos, and working on documents, an HDD may be more than sufficient. They offer plenty of storage for your files and won't break the bank. So there you have it. SSDs are faster, more durable, but pricier. HDDs are slower, less durable, but more affordable. In conclusion, the choice between SSD and HDD depends on your specific needs and budget. Each has its strengths and weaknesses, and the best choice for you will depend on what you value most: speed and reliability, or cost-effectiveness and ample storage. It's a decision only you can make. So, there you have it, the differences between SSD and HDD. We've delved into what they are, how they operate, and how they stack up against each other. We've seen that HDDs, with their spinning disks and read-write heads, offer more storage at a lower cost. On the flip side, SSDs, using flash memory, provide faster data access and durability. Remember, the best choice for you depends on your specific needs. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more tech explanations.